Hi guys, this is Aishwarya here. I'm a cloud architect, and today we are going to watch one of the lab that is the first lab in AZ700 designing and implementing a virtual network. If you look in the task for this particular lab, you'll be expected to create a resource group initially, and then you'd be guided how to create uh, the virtual networks that has been asked for in the exercises like core services VNet, manufacturing VNet, and research VNet. And then finally you will go and verify the creation of VNets. This is the overall lab, guys. So the scenario given here is about you have to create three virtual networks, that is a core services virtual network, manufacturing VNet, and the research virtual network. And in the virtual network you might have to create few subnets inside it. So each and every scenario is explained here, like the virtual network should be in so and so respective region. And if you look into the diagram, it will be explained clearly that each virtual network is in three different locations, and it has got one subnet in Southeast Asia, four subnets in East US, and four more subnets in West Europe. So this is a brief introduction about the scenario or the exercise that is given. Okay, here what they are trying to do is that they are trying to create a storage account. That's because the resources will be provisioned via the cloud shell, and in order to use the cloud shell, a storage account needs to be created, and hence we are in the process of creating the storage account here. So we have also downloaded the files that's given in the project. Those files are nothing but the JSON scripts that can be executed through the PowerShell. So those files can be downloaded in the system, and if you open those files, you can find those JSON scripts of module 1. And for getting the resources provision, what you might have to do is upload those JSON files in the partial area. There is an upload button which is there in the partial. Two files need to be uploaded in the partial. So the first task is about creating the Contoso resource group. So a virtual network first needs to be having a resource group. So first they are creating a resource group. In this particular lab, I got it provisioned along with the resource group. So I need not create it separately again. So for all those who are creating it for the first time, you might have to do the 4 steps for creating the resource group. Here it's automatically provisioned. Yeah, that's the resource group you can find there. The task 2 talks about creating the core services VNet, for which you have to search in the portal area for virtual networks. You need to go to virtual networks and select the create option. Select the respective resource group, give them a name, that is a core services VNet is the name. If you notice, each VNet is in three different locations. So make a note of it. This particular VNet is in East US. And next you will have to give the IP address for the virtual network. It's not the IP address, but the range of IPs that is allotted for this particular virtual network. And then you need to start adding the subnets. For this particular virtual network, we have we have added four subnets for this particular virtual network. After adding all the subnets, just review and create. So what I did is that I didn't wait for the virtual network to be created. So I kept moving on to the next creation of the virtual network. This saves some time for us. So similarly, follow the steps of the creation of virtual network of the first VNet. So here we are creating a virtual network called manufacturing VNet and the respective subnets. Now we are in the process of creating the last virtual network, research VNet, and the respective subnet for it. So the key things in a virtual network is allotting the IP address range and including the subnets for the virtual network. So this is all about the first lab. After creating the virtual networks and its respective subnets, you can just go back and verify it. That is one of the steps that's mentioned in the lab. That's it about this lab, guys. I hope it's clear to you. Thank you. Check out my channel for other A's at 700 labs. Hope it helps you in understanding the concepts clear. Bye, guys.